What's up guys, this is KB Pyros here with our first video. Today we're going to be racking and wiring 239 mortar shells. Let me show you guys all the shells that we have.
These are a variety of shells we have. These are tracer shells with tails. These are Keep America Great. They're just straight salutes. These are super spud guns. They're 5-inch and they have willows with tails. These are brocades and willows. These are double breaks. They go off in color and then break into salute. These are the kick-ass canisters. Pretty much straight salute with a tiny bit of color. Breach bombs, another variety of tails. Then down here we have 7-inch Psycho Frog. They're also just a variety of tails. Then we have 8-inch, which are just huge breaks. And then we have a variety of 6-packs, Echo the Ear, neons, and donut shells.
These racks that we have here are what we call an X rack. So you set them about 60 feet apart and we'll light them off at the same time. And what we do with that is we put mortars that have tails in them. And so they'll shoot off at the same time and hopefully give the effect of an X in the middle of the air. So this rack that Cash brought up onto the board is called a serpent rack. So it's kind of got like a snake shape. So what the first shell does is shoots straight up in the middle. Then the next one kicks out to the side, and then it goes straight up again, and then it kicks out to the other side, kind of giving a snake effect. What's up, guys? So we're back here. We got Jeremy with us, and he's gonna be helping us wire and rack the rest of these mortars. So let's get into it. As you can see on the board now, we have one of our fan racks. This is a 24 shot rack, and let's get it wired. So this rack that Jeremy just brought out is our extra small fan rack. Typically what we do with this rack is we like to wire it with white fuse. White fuse burns at about 0.3 seconds and a foot. So that's pretty quick. So we like to put quick fuse on this to give it a fast fan effect in the middle of the air. So what I do here is I will wire this from the middle into the outside, so it gives a fan effect. So this rack that I just brought out is an 18-shot rack. It's a straight shot rack, so it's basically just like an 18-shot cake. What you saw me doing there in the beginning was checking the tubes, making sure that there's no charge in them still from last year, making sure that the mortars that I'm putting inside of it will go off perfectly fine and have no issues running through.
KV Pyros!
We like to call this rack the Chaos Rack. This is the first rack that Cash has built. All it does is give a zipper effect in the air, and it's pretty crazy. What me and Cash has brought out are two of our 3 finale racks. So what it does is it's a huge fan rack. Total shot count is 56. So that is what I meant earlier by saying that we like the fan effect. So let's get straight into it. Alright, so it's currently 12 o'clock at night, and we are just about finished. We only have 4 more racks that we need to wire, but we have all of our cakes done, and I'm gonna go ahead and run y'all through it. So this isn't our first pallet that will be lit, but it's the startup of the show. So this is our first pallet here, and after we're done lighting this one, we'll go to this pallet. And then these 2 pallets are identical. So both fireflies will be lit at the same time. Both Howling Nishiki will be lit at the same time. Then both Highfalutin will be lit at the same time. and both hit the road jacks will be lit at the same time. So then now coming over here to our third set of pallets, Goblin King and the Big Bong Theory will both be lit at the same time. Nishiki Mine and Absolute Destruction will be lit at the same time. Then we'll go to Michelangelo and Neon Jungle. And after those two, we'll go to Breach and One Bad Mother. So then, in between the second palette, which is our identical palette, will be our grand finale Zipper Cake, followed behind with a Miami Vice. Then after that, in between our third set of palettes will be our Death Blossom, and we had two 200-gram cakes, so we're just gonna go ahead and throw those in there with that just to give it a little bit more boom, so that way it's not just straight zipper. So then behind Death Blossom and our third row of pallets, we'll have Fireball in the middle of them. And then if you come over here, on both sides of Fireball, we have these two identical pallets. So we have two Miami Vices and we have two MTKs. So these are just straight booms. This is our fake finale. So then after this, we'll go here, over here to Kraken, and Kraken will be right behind it. Kraken will also be in the middle of it. And then on each side of the Kraken, we have our Pyro Finale box. So these two are fan cakes, and then these two are just regular cakes. These two will be lit at the same time as the Kraken. And then as Fireball's going, both MTKs and Miami Vices will also be lit at the same time. So we just have 4 more racks that we need to finish. We have these two that we need to wire up. And then if you come with me back here, we have this Chaos rack that we still need to finish up. And then we still have this rack that we need to finish up as well. So this rack is a part of the two that were just on the table, and that's what we call our finale rack. So it's basically a big fan cake, and that's about it. All right, it's about noon right now, next morning. Decided to call it quits last night on finishing up wiring the racks. So all we have left are these 3, and then we got one more 12-shot rack outside. We got this fan rack done. We got these X racks done. The serpent rack is done. That other fan rack's done. That fan rack's done. And then all we have left is our finale rack. And then that should be it. And then we're gonna start setting up around 7:30 tonight. Get everything out to have the layout of the show ready, just so that way when people start showing up, don't have to have it all in the garage already and have to worry about people being in my way and stuff. So, yep, let's get wiring. So these are all 3 of the finale racks. This is what they will look like when they're all done and set up. This is what I meant by we like fan effects, because this is our biggest rack that we have, because it's 3 separate racks all pushed together and all wired together as one. What's up, everybody? Just want to stop the video for just a second just to say thank you to everyone who came out to support and watch. And now let's get straight into the show. Thank you everyone for watching. I just want to come out here and say thank you. We're going to be trying to push out a couple more videos throughout the year. Stay tuned for next year, because next year is going to be better. Thank you all for watching.